Are you going to need our help? Or do you think it'll start?
Not sure.
Are you going to go look at the...
You okay? So there's a manual fuel pump right here. It's a little bit hard to see. So what I'm going to do is take the side off the mower and take the hood off so it's a little easier to work on. And then I'm going to find a line coming into that fuel pump, which I think is right here. And I'm going to see if that seems to be flowing correctly. And here's the line coming out of the fuel pump, which just circles around to that side of the carb. This mower, I bought it used, and it was only running on one cylinder when I bought it. So I put points and condenser in, which are points are right underneath this cover. Condenser's right here, and got it running on both cylinders. It actually runs really good, but it's always been really hard to cold start. Like, it has to turn over a lot. Thank goodness it has a car-sized battery in it, because it's hard to cold start. Once it's started cold, once it's warm, it starts pretty easy. And I am guessing that the fuel pump has always been weak, and it takes it a while to get fuel up to the carburetor. The other thing that could be is there could be something just about plugged up in the fuel system that finally did plug up, so that the fuel pump is working super hard and can't draw fuel up through here. I guess I can pull that side of the line off, the carb, and then just turn it over and see if it's squirting gas out. I got a hunch it isn't, but that would be a test right away, and then we can work our way back toward the fuel tank from there. The goal here is to take the least amount of stuff apart as possible to get this fixed. That should just spray fuel out when you turn this thing over. we'll test that, but I want to control where the fuel is going. Let me grab something to stick in there and put it in a can or something. So we got excellent fuel pressure. I've got, I don't know, 4 feet, 5 feet there in the line, and it's holding. I'm going to spray around it a bit in case I end up taking it off and cleaning out the float bowl. Okay, I'm going to take the carb off and clean it. So we only have, let's see, the connection here, this cable, this connection here, and this spring here. So this cable goes in the first hole and the spring goes in the one right underneath it. So that's not too tough. And usually once the carb is loose and you can jiggle it around, you can maneuver it so you can get these connections out real easy. It looks like just couple of half-inch bolts hold it on. We've already got the gas line off, so we don't have to deal with that. Half-inch nuts, I should say. There's a couple studs coming out of the intake manifold there. It's going well. I think, well, I've eliminated the fuel system from the problem. It's in the carburetor. So typical, the carburetor's got junk in the bowl in the bottom, probably plugging it up.
So you have that off of there? Or you have it fixed?
Taking the carb off right now. almost feels like something else is holding it. Is there a brace here I don't see or something? Oh yeah, right here. Right here is the third anchor point. I'm gonna take that guy off there. Oh, there's one down here too for the choke. Let's see if we can get these quick. There's that one. There's that one. There's the choke. Wow. Dirty. I've been cranking this thing over a lot, so let's just charge the battery quick while I'm working on the carb here. So it'd probably start without it, but this way the alternator ain't going to be working so hard to try to charge the battery and stuff. Let's just charge it quick while it's easy here. Okay, let's clean this off a bit. I highly recommend eye protection. This stuff really sucks when it bounces off something and gets in your eye. Yeah, decided to do this out here. Let's see what we got underneath the float bowl cover here. Yep, there is some junk in there. So that is a jet right there. That's the main jet that you see down in the middle of this. And if that's plugged, your engine is not going to run worth a crap because it can't get enough fuel, can't draw enough fuel up through there. As your engine sucks air through the carburetor, comes in through the air filter and through the carburetor into the cylinder, it draws, that suction draws a metered amount of fuel, and it's metered by that main jet right there into the engine with the air. So it's more than likely the cause. It's probably getting plenty of fuel in the bowl, and I'll verify that in a minute, but looks like the float and the needle, which is in the back of the float right down in there, is moving freely. So let's try something. The float down, allowing the needle to be open. I should be able to spray carb cleaner through here pretty freely, and it should come out right in here. I should be able to spray it through here. And I'm getting some resistance. We're taking the float and needle out right now. So to do that, you just take this little pin that's going through here out whichever side it seems to want to come out easiest. It just slides in. There's literally nothing holding it. Let me see if this will work. Push it out with this, maybe. There it is. There's the float, and here's that little needle I was talking about. Right there, that just has a little point on. When the bowl fills with fuel, it pushes up on this and seals that little point into that hole in there and doesn't allow, it's called the seat, and doesn't allow any more fuel to come in. So again, I should be able to freely spray fuel through here and have it come out here, or vice versa right now. Oh yeah, there it goes, see? No problems there. So there is no screen or anything in here that's clogged. That's not an issue. So let's clean this up and put it back in there. And we might as well put this back on quick. Doesn't seem to want to go in that side. Let's try it back through this side again. There it goes. Okay, so that mechanism is back together. That float is moving freely. That float is moving freely. And the needle's moving freely underneath it. So we need to peel that main jet out of there. I think that's what our culprit is. And see, this is almost like rusty and corroded looking. That's never good. I think I got it. Whew. Okay, so this carburetor has a needle which is connected to this screw, which goes all the way down through the middle right there. And that's how you regulate how much fuel comes through the main jet. See, as I turn that, it goes further down in or out. That's how you adjust your main jet, the amount of fuel coming into the motor. I'm going to spray all this out a little bit here. Put that back in there. Okay. Let's clean this stuff up a bit. See, and there's little holes in the side of there because this screws into the bottom of this, which holds the bowl on. And there's little holes on the side of here that allow fuel into there. We don't want them plugged up either. Sometimes there'll be little holes in the sides of these, depending on what style of carburetor. This one doesn't appear to have that, so that divot in the middle is not a hole. I mean, it doesn't, it's just a dead end. There's no hole coming out the side in the threads or nothing. So let's spray this out a little. This has got a weird gasket on it, like somebody's messed with it before. So we know the fuel pump's working, and it's actually still holding that pressure that we had up there earlier. It hasn't gone down at all. And now we know the carb is flowing fuel into the bowl. We know the main jet's clean going up into the motor. So let's put this thing back on and see what happens. Just for trials, let's put this on here so we can actually see if fuel is flowing through. So I was thinking about putting this fuel filter on, but I see there's a great big fuel filter in line right here. I didn't even notice that before. So I'm not going to. I'm just gonna put the line back on. I looked at the air cleaner. That's not too bad. Today is not the day I'm giving this thing a tune-up with new oil and filter and all that. I'm just gonna top off the oil, put her back together here, and go mow and see how she goes. Ow! Ouch!
You can look and